Right now, Powerball fever is gripping the country with $1.5 billion up for grabs if your ticket has the winning numbers.
It has been more than 2 months since a Powerball player has matched all 6 numbers, so the top prize has just kept growing to where it is tonight, a record setter. Right now, the drawing is less than 5 hours away. The winning numbers for the multi-state game will be actually drawn in Tallahassee. Recently, we looked into the places here in Florida that have a reputation as the luckiest locations for buying a lottery ticket. Number 2 in the entire state, a Shell station in northwest Jacksonville at the corner of Edgewood and Avenue B. When we stopped by today, we found some lottery players who had driven there from as far away as Middleburg. As one ticket buyer told Channel 4's Scott Johnson, word of the store's reputation has spread far and wide.
Why did you come here?
This is about one of the luckiest stores on the north side.
Have you heard that?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard it might be the luckiest store in the state of Florida?
I heard it is.
Now, what about those who choose to join a lottery pool in hopes of increasing their chances of winning? Scott is joining us live with a look at how that works legally. Scott?
Well, some of the people are here for a pool, and I got to say, Tom, I feel bad for these guys right here. They have got to be exhausted. They have had a steady stream, a crush of people going there, buying quick picks, buying pool tickets for the Powerball drawing, which look at their sign there. I think they had to make the lights work a certain way because it's probably never read 1.5 billion before. I think they had to do something with the lights to make a B because they've never seen a jackpot this high. So if you are in a pool, say in your family, in an office, there are some things you want to do to make sure you get paid if you win. The odds of winning Powerball are almost 300 million to 1. I won't insult your intelligence with things that are more likely or how your odds can improve by joining an office pool. But I will let you know what to do if by chance you beat the astronomical odds and win in a pool.
The court is going to look at what proof do I have that you were involved in this office pool, and that would mean definitely you would need your copy of the receipt.
Rhonda Peoples-Waters is an attorney who says it's all about documentation. So whoever's buying the tickets for the pool had better find a copy machine.
It's definitely suggested that all parties' names who are participating are written down on one sheet of paper, and then everybody gets a copy of all of the tickets that are purchased, and you put the names also on that ticket. It'd be clear how many tickets are obviously going to be purchased.
The other possible downside if an office pool strikes it rich is for the office, and that's why one business owner is taking some protective steps. I spoke with Pete Wassmer via Skype. He runs a company in Naples called Chrome Capital and sent a letter to his employees reading if their office pool wins, they're not allowed to quit. He, of course, knows that may be a little hard to enforce.
Oh, listen, when these guys win the Powerball, we're going to have a little bit of fun. But we sent out an email this past weekend advising them of our very serious lottery policy because as a motorcycle leasing company, we take things very seriously here. That's tongue-in-cheek.
Tongue-in-cheek, definitely. So he's not sure how many employees he'd have if they win here. As far as what's going on right now, every time I do a report, we've been doing them since this noon, more and more people show up here. The line right now is somewhat low. An hour ago, it was stretched way out into where people are trying to pump gas. So it is packed out here, people trying to get their last-minute tickets. But keep in mind, the odds are not as good as they once were. Before this past October, it was 1 in 175 million. Now it's up to 1 in 292 million. They changed the odds. It's more difficult. That's why the jackpot's so high. We're live in northwest Jacksonville at Avenue B and Edgewood Shell Station. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.